Welcome to the News Channel 9 Stream Center. If you're watching News Channel 9 over the air, you know that we are showing MLB baseball right now. So we wanted to bring you all the afternoon updates here streaming as they happen so you don't miss anything throughout your day. The first thing that we want to tell you about is some breaking traffic news on Amnicola this afternoon. Chattanooga police say Amnicola is closed in both directions from Wisdom Street to Lost Mound. They expect that to be closed until at least 5:30 this afternoon. You're seeing a picture there sent out on social by Chattanooga police, as well as our News Channel 9 traffic tracker. If you take a look here, you can see some of the problems that's caused there. That indicator right in the middle of your screen under Amnicola Highway showing how much it is backed up. You can also see there that I-24 in both directions right around Highway 27, also moving slow this afternoon. And 75 southbound around 153 is also going to cause us some problems. All right, now let's move on to some of the news of the day. A story that we've been following here for 2 days now, a Walker County teacher. We have uncovered some things in his past and his license in Georgia that are now calling into question some of the places where he previously worked, including a reprimand. News Channel 9's Lily Butler started covering this story yesterday when allegations of an inappropriate relationship with a student while he was a teacher at Hamilton County surfaced. Here's her update for today.
This letter from Nathan Dawson's Hamilton County personnel file shows the district's investigation began in 2024, but the student's mother tells me the alleged inappropriate relationship began in 2021.
At the time, she still wasn't saying anything, so we didn't get anywhere with that. And the police told me that there was really nothing they could do without her saying that it actually happened before she turned 18.
In a notarized statement, the student now says, quote, "I was the victim of an inappropriate relationship with my former teacher, Nathan Dawson, while I was a student at Central High School." She also says the alleged relationship happened when she was 16. Dawson's Hamilton County personnel file shows Hamilton County was ultimately not able to definitively determine if Dawson had an inappropriate relationship with the former student.
Had I known, I would have fought it then. I would have fought for her at 16.
The Hamilton County letter shows Dawson was suspended for not being truthful during the HR investigation. So how did he end up teaching in a Walker County classroom? Walker County School Superintendent Damon Rains says they do criminal background checks on new hires. But in relation to these allegations, Dawson had not been criminally charged. Something the district does not typically do, Superintendent Rains said, is look at personnel files.
I'm thankful that now my daughter is coming forward and she has given a statement. She has, she doesn't want it to happen to anyone either.
What we did discover, a previous reprimand in Georgia. Dawson's public certification shows he was reprimanded in 2017 for violating standards related to conduct with students, honesty, and testing. Then his personnel file shows he crossed state lines to Tennessee, where the student's allegations in Hamilton County date back to 2021. The district did not renew his contract in Hamilton County in 2024. Now, this year, Superintendent Rains says he is teaching science at Ridgeland High School. There's also an open ethics case in Georgia.
The fact that they keep just passing him off to another school is why we're here. I just don't understand that at all.
Okay, so Lily, you've covered this story for 2 days now. Talk about what you found out when you reached out to the Tennessee State Board of Education.
Yeah, so Latricia, the Tennessee State Board of Education told me that if Hamilton County had substantiated those allegations and confirmed that that relationship had happened, then they would show up in a database that all states or employers in all states could access and would have been able to see that. They did tell me, despite crossing state lines, if employers in Georgia had reached out with inquiries to Hamilton County, that they would be able to answer any of those questions, regarding Dawson's past employment at Hamilton County.
And as we heard in the piece there, Damon Raines, the superintendent, telling us it's not their common practice to view entireties of personnel files, something that came out here. It also came out in our coverage of Chat Prep about 6 months ago when we talked about a teacher there that did have a suspension. And in that case, a DCS investigation in his file that also went unknown, unchecked by the Chattanooga Prep School that hired him after he was suspended from Hamilton County.
Yeah, and Latricia, even though they said it's not typical practice for them to request personnel files, we want to know what questions they did ask when they were hiring, or if they asked any when they were hiring Nathan Dawson in Walker County. So we have sent in open records requests for any communication between the two districts. Now, I've sent that in both to Hamilton County and to Walker County to see what that communication or what documented communication occurred between the two districts at the time that they were hiring Nathan Dawson.
Yeah, lots more to this story, Lily. We know that you'll keep asking those questions.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah.
All right, some other news of the day we want to tell you about. A big story yesterday, a shooting in Ringgold that happened. There have now been some arrests made in that, 2 teenagers in custody there after authorities say they are connected to a deadly birthday shooting in Ringgold. Catoosa County Sheriff Gary Siss says Eric Link and Julian Williamson, those are the 2 people that are in custody. Now, online records show deputies booked them into the Hamilton County Jail. Authorities say Daisha Lynch was shot and killed at a party there over the weekend. Another woman also shot, and she continues to recover. Sheriff Siss says the suspects also shot at deputies as they ran away. He did not say what charges they face. However, they are expected to be brought to Catoosa County. We have more information on that story on our website, newschannel9.com. Now, a story we've been ongoingly covering is the possibility of a strike at Volkswagen as they continue to negotiate a contract with UAW. Ray Collado has our update on that today.
Those words are meant as a stall tactic and an intimidation tactic. And as I have stated, we have seen it all before.
UAW started holding strike training meetings for Volkswagen Chattanooga workers on Tuesday, as they claim the strike pledge cards are, quote, pouring in. Volkswagen officials say they've already given what they describe as their best and final offer. That offer includes a 20% pay increase over 4 years, lower healthcare premiums, and more personal time off. UAW lead bargainer Chuck Browning took to YouTube, arguing that offer isn't as good as it seems.
This most recent proposal made by Volkswagen is an incomplete document that makes it very difficult to comprehend. There's language missing on many of the topics that has already been tentatively agreed to by your bargaining team and the company.
Now, while this may be a green and empty field here by the VW, that can soon change to a sea of picket lines. That's as UAW officials confirm they're testing the waters to see how their members would feel by a potential strike by handing out pledge cards.
Strikes are pretty ugly, and if it lasts for any amount of time, it's not just Volkswagen that'll be affected and the Volkswagen workers.
UTC's Howard Wall says there's still a way to go before a strike is even possible.
There's a formal vote for a strike before any strike happens, so there's still quite a lot to go. But the effect of the strike would be not good at all.
In a statement, a VW spokesperson said a strike would be harmful for everyone involved and the broader Chattanooga community. It would be disappointing for the UAW to choose that path before giving our employees a say on the offer they'd be walking away from.
We still hope we can achieve these goals without a strike. However, it is important that we prepare for one just in case.
In Chattanooga, Ray Collado, News Channel 9.
Days. Joining me now, Chief Meteorologist David Glenn from the Storm Track 9 Center. David, what's going on in our weather department this afternoon?
Well, it's a pretty warm afternoon. As we anticipated, we would expect to see a few showers to the east. We're seeing that right now in the radar view. Some of those are moving down from, say, Cherokee, Clay County, down to the south and west a bit. Nothing severe, but from Calhoun, south of Dalton, LJ, Murphy, those areas are going to see a few spotty showers in the evening hours. I'll leave everybody with a small chance. That's really about it. Not a big deal. Sort of our only big chance the next several days. It's going to be very dry. I know October starts tomorrow. No big fall blast yet.
Okay.
However, temperatures will begin just a little bit lower as it goes through the next several days. You'll start to notice that during the morning hours, late week and the weekend. But aside from that, it's pretty calm weather heading into the weekend, which is good for outdoor plans coming up. If you have plans to be outside or outside in general, all the showers are going to be gone. Dry weather's going to take over and pretty warm as well. So tomorrow's forecast, patchy fog early, mid 80s with sunshine. And really the 7-day forecast is same song, different verse. But as I mentioned, it does get a little bit lower in the morning hours. So a little hint of fall, say Friday, Saturday morning, temperatures in the 50s and highs only near 80. It still sounds warm. But if you compare that to average on the right-hand corner of the screen there, it's about where they typically are for early October. I know there's all that imagery we see on social media, Instagram about, fall coziness and fire pits and pumpkin spice, everything. That'll get here eventually.
But we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
So we'll get there eventually.
You always go through this this time as a parent when you want to go to like the pumpkin patches
Sure.
and things on the weekend and wear your nice sweaters and you just sweat because it's just we're not at the fall temps yet.
Exactly. I think Rock City has the nighttime
That's a
pumpkin
good idea.
fest,
Yep.
which is a good idea with these
Mhm.
cooler nights coming out. That's a great idea.
That's
Just
right.
throw out there.
All right, David, thanks so much.
Sure.
And we do have a typical newscast beginning at 6 o'clock. David, I know you'll have an extended forecast.
Absolutely.
then.
We'll talk about the October outlook.
All right, thanks so much.
Yep.
Another issue that is going on live right now, Chattanooga City Council. Let's pull that up on our News Channel 9 Stream Center. They, this afternoon, are talking about, here we go, they are talking about a TIF agreement for the owners of Northgate Mall. Northgate Mall, something that isn't everyone's go-to mall at this point. Hamilton Place, of course, gets the most traffic in the area, but they want to talk about how they can renovate that, how they can get more people out to Northgate. City Council says there might be a special tax district there. That's something that's being presented by the mayor's office. The agenda shows the process will begin today. Northgate's owners say they want to take new property tax revenue and put it towards a decades-old sewer and water system under that Northgate area. The resolution says the Northgate Mall has been a leading retail area in the city for years, but the popularity and profitability of malls across the U.S. has also taken a hit during that time frame. There you can see they're talking about other Tennessee shopping center TIF projects. You can see that presentation being made to council members right now. Our reporter, News Channel 9's Alex Guyevich Protich, is actually at that meeting. He's covering that issue for us this afternoon. So that is something that you can watch from his social media pages, our website later on newschannel9.com and News Channel 9 tonight at 6. Now, an issue that we always talk about when it comes to rainfall in our area is drainage and how you can make sure that water gets off of your property when there's a massive amount of rain and not sit there and cause damage. Katie Glanton shows us this afternoon a program from the city that can actually help you pay for native plants to make that happen on your property.
When it rains, sometimes it is hard to know why your yard's not draining as well as it should. Native plants may be the answer.
But a lot of native plants, a lot of prairie flowers, native grasses, they have a very long fibrous root system that, goes way into the soil.
Hamilton County Master Gardener Hannah Lanning says the most of our yards have turf grass, which have smaller roots.
And you maybe have like 2 or 3 inches of grass on top of the soil, but then you've also only have maybe 2 or 3 inches of roots beneath the soil. And that doesn't do a lot to reabsorb that water.
The city of Chattanooga will help cover the cost of some native plants, like the coneflower and milkweed, which are absorbent.
There's a bunch of other different benefits and compensations that we offer for different programs within that Rain Smart umbrella, and it kind of just depends on the resident's property, right?
The city's Rain Smart program also helps cover the cost of rain barrels and rain gardens. This rain garden is at Lynbrook Park.
So if it falls on an impervious surface, that means a surface that can't absorb water, then it's just going to fall straight out into the road. Whereas if it falls on something like a rain garden or some kind of catchment, then it'll stay on that person's property.
Hancock says these plants also help unwanted materials from getting into our waterways.
Every time it rains, that rain falls anywhere in the city, and it carries pollutants with it as it makes its way into the Tennessee River.
Lanning says one of the best ways to get started is to pay attention to your own yard.
Just look outside the window on a rainy day, see where that rain is going, and then once you know where the rain is coming from and where it's going, then you can know how to address it.
Okay, Katie joining me now. Katie, did you know that much about native plants before you worked on this story today?
No, I definitely did not. Being new to this area, I feel like I learned a lot about what exactly can help, and I learned more about flowers like the coneflower, and milkweed's very popular in where I'm from, but I kind of forgot that it's also popular here, and it's pretty in people's yards as well.
Yeah, Katie, one of the newest members of our Storm Track 9 team as well, also covering stories out in the field for us here at News Channel 9 as well. So, Katie, how do you sign up for this program? How do you get involved if you want to take advantage of the city's program?
Well, there is a website on the city of Chattanooga. It's on the city of Chattanooga's website, and you fill out an application. They'll have someone from the city evaluate your yard, and they'll let you know exactly if you need a rain garden, a rain barrel, what is best for your specific property.
All right. And we put all of that information on our website, correct? NewsChannel9.com.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much, Katie, joining us now. We appreciate it. And we'll see you on our Storm Track 9 team covering the weather coming up pretty soon, too. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Let's talk now about sports. We are excited about a new addition to our News Channel 9 team, Will Levinson. He is covering all things SEC, NFL, and of course, here at home, Mocs football. Will's going to join us right now. He's going to pull up the chair next to me. Will, welcome to the News Channel 9 Stream Center for the first time.
It's a clear camera.
Yeah, the Mocs having a little bit of a hard weekend to come off of this weekend.
Not the way we wanted it to go on Saturday.
Yeah.
Kind of coming into the game, we thought the Citadel could be a game they could win. They just got gashed up front. And the big issue, every time they got in the red zone, they had some great running plays, and especially early on, first drive of the game, right down the field, 87 yards. But when they got in the red zone, it was hurting themselves. Where you score a touchdown, get called back for an illegal touching, and you come down the next drive and you get stopped on 4th and 3. Inside the 20-yard line, and it cost them. And then from there, just weren't able to get enough possessions in the second half, weren't able to stop the run well enough with the Citadel, and that's a big reason why they couldn't get the victory. But you know what? It's only the first game of conference play, right?
So
there's a lot of ball left in this season, especially against the SoCon.
Yep. And it is Tuesday, so that means we got an update from the Mocs today. Who'd you talk to?
Well, we spoke to, of course, Coach Rusty Wright, Jamari Jones, defensive tackle. We spoke to an AJ Little, a great returner, running back, receiver for them as well. And it was upbeat. Despite the way things have gone this season, everybody knows that there's still a lot of time to right the ship, and that's going to start Saturday against VMI.
All right, let's hear from Coach.
Period. Go play well and go do those things. No question. The biggest thing is we got to go play well and give ourselves an opportunity to go win a football game. We're going to work our way out of it and play our way out of it and figure out a way to play better and do things better and go win football games, and that's what we got to do.
We know that we're 1-4, but we also know that we have the entire SoCon left to go. We've only played one SoCon game, so in our record, but we're only 0-1. We could end up winning the rest of the games, be 8-4. Really just the season is just now starting, so why be down now?
And you heard Jamar right there. I mean, they've only played one game in the SoCon. So, and he said even if they win out, they could finish 8-4. So there's a lot of ways to even still get in the playoffs, compete for a SoCon title. They got to play better, and they know that they can't play the way they did the last couple of weeks. Obviously, 2 weeks ago on the road against Tarleton State, one of the best teams in all of FCS. But this is a winnable game on the road against VMI, a team that has struggled to run the football, and the Mocs have struggled to stop the run, especially last week. So if they can control the clock, get as many possessions as possible, and take advantage of the times they're in the red zone and actually put touchdowns on the board, they should be able to win this football game on the road. They're definitely confident, and that's good to see.
Yeah, that's important for winning, putting touchdowns on the board.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah,
that's the key.
And quickly before you go here, SEC, huge weekend for
Massive.
them. Tennessee, right down to the last seconds there.
Unbelievable.
Tennessee fans across the southeast and across the country. Grateful for that last minute there. And then following that, Georgia and Alabama.
Two unbelievable football games.
Yeah.
I was expecting Mississippi State to give everything they had to Tennessee, and they did. They made that an unbelievable football game. Credit Jeff Levy. Credit the Bulldogs. They played an incredible football game, but you can't put into words how important it was for Tennessee to scratch and claw and find a way. In this conference, with as much competitiveness as there is, I mean, from top to bottom, anybody can beat anybody any week. Anybody has a shot at winning this conference. To just find a way to win that football game. It's not just big for the week at hand, but moving forward now, you got a bye week if you're Tennessee, a chance to kind of regroup here. The home stretch is coming. You got Bama coming up. You got Oklahoma on the schedule. This was a big way to just get the job done and get a victory on the road.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much. We know you'll be covering that for us this weekend coming up, as
It's a
well
huge
as
week.
our big Baylor Macaulay game
Can't
coming
wait.
up on Friday.
Cannot wait for that one.
It's on that one too.
It's as big as it gets. This is what we live for. It's the most beautiful time of year for sports.
That's
All of the
right.
football is just right here, right within us, and we're just reveling in it. It's
Yep.
awesome.
Forget those pumpkin patches. We'll watch football. On
Yes,
Saturday.
that's what I'll be doing.
All
for
right.
sure.
Thanks
All right.
so much, Will.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Before we go here on our News Channel 9 Stream Center, let's take one more look at that Amnicola crash there. You can see, again, this picture from Chattanooga police talking about the closure there on Amnicola Highway from Wisdom Street to Lost Mound. Again, we're showing MLB baseball on News Channel 9 over the air, so we wanted to bring you an update here on the News Channel 9 Stream Center. We'll see you again on News Channel 9 at 6 in our traditional spot, but as always, watch us here for streaming and on our website, newschannel9.com, for all of your news of the day. Have a great day.